Your mom played basketball with your head as a baby. Unfortunately, apparently Uncle Sam has an outerversal jab. I'm gonna go over why literally if he farts, Naruto dies. If he farts, Saiyan Saga dies for sure. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons. Obviously, we have been destroying it with the role reversal series, the battle swap series. Whatever you want to call it, it's been absolutely fire so far. Tens of thousands of views within the first 12 or 13 days. I can't ask for much more. Go check out the other videos on the playlist after this video. But due to the fact you guys violated the like goal, 300 plus likes is our goal once more for the next battle swap video. And today's battle swap is Dr. Doom from Marvel Comics and Black Adam from DC Comics. The swap of the two kings. Before we get into this, smash the like button, like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. We're on the road to 30K. Best way to show love to the channel is like and subscribe. It's that simple. And tell everybody you know to subscribe to the Goon. On top of this, make sure to hit me up on Discord if you want to talk purchases, as well as new memberships are up on the channel. You can directly donate or purchase memberships through YouTube, which is exciting. And if you want specific content on the channel, make sure to hit me up and we can talk current video deals, as well as my Discord has games, prizes, giveaways, and more, and D&Ds, so you can just come hang out and have a good time. But anyways, we're going to get into this. We've kind of shifted the formula of this series. Instead of breaking it up into breezes and warm-ups and then mid to potential losses, we're going to just go through straight up the different battles, and I'll rate them from low, mid, high to potential loss. But with that being said, I'm excited, and without further ado, let's begin. Now, first up to the table is Dr. Doom. He's the one that's going to have to go through Black Adam's battles, and we're going to do 15 for each. Now, first up is Shazam. Shazam's a tricky one. Technically, he's never really gone all out, according to himself in recent runs. So he is potentially a very formidable battle. However, history does not favor his case for taking shit very serious, as admitted by himself. Certainly, and I want to emphasize, certainly has the ability to take down Dr. Doom in sheer power output, or AP, right? But Doom is so clever, intelligent, and would likely not be trying to just brawl with him in this scenario, that I do see Shazam losing, although it would be high difficulty. However, if this is like a bloodlusted Shazam going all out in a random encounter, probably cooks Doom. Next, we have Great Darkness Slade. Now, this Slade Wilson is the Deathstroke powered by some of the sliver of Great Darkness used by Pariah in the recent Dark Crisis run, which if you haven't go read it. It's pretty crazy. Now, Slade was able to obviously contend with the Justice League, but Black Adam was able to blast him back and then power up the rest of everybody to contend with the power of the darkness. Now, this is a weird one. This particular Slade didn't seem that crazy, especially when you talk about how Dark Crisis and the power of the Great Darkness, a lot of the stuff with resisting would come through willpower and great fortitude. None has more than that with Doom. I feel like he'd find a way to get rid of Great Darkness Slade here. Matter of fact, I think it's kind of fair to go through the 3 of the Great Darkness beings here, with that being Empty Hand and Dark Side included. Empty Hand's a weird one, right? But Empty Hand was also just straight up brawling with Black Adam and Dark Crisis, so it gets a little weird. I'm not gonna say they were weakened due to being chained by the Great Darkness, but there was some weird fucking battles going on, guys. I don't know. It was a weird run. Weird run. I think the most dangerous of the 3 there would be Empty Hand. Might even give it to him. But at the same time, it's very tricky. But again, these are all 3 from the Dark Crisis run. And I think it'd be incredibly difficult for Doom regardless. Next, we have Pariah. Now, Pariah is the being from the Dark Crisis run that took a sliver of the infinite being of the Great Darkness, took that power, thought he was the emissary of the Great Darkness, thought he was doing the Dark Lord's work, went about creation doing crazy shit. Eventually brought down by Superman and friends who resisted the Great Darkness, and you kind of realize he's not actually the Great Darkness or anything like that. He was just a madman using some of its power. I see this actually being easier than the other three because Pariah's not exactly brilliant. I don't foresee Doom trying to outpower blast him. I see Doom outsmarting him, probably stealing his engine. Stealing the machine using the Great Darkness power. I 100% seeing the goat of hitting the lid. Dr. Doom robbing Pariah of his shit. Now, if he were to be dumb and just try to like blast against the engine and the power and all the power that Pariah has access to, and just a raw AP, when like we saw Black Adam walk through it and try to take down Pariah that way, that's a lot harder. But I don't see Doom approaching it that way, which is why these battle swaps make it interesting, because fighters fight different. But yeah, I see him actually doing a little better, because this is definitely a character trying to like use tech and brilliance and manipulation of power. I don't see Pariah doing better than Doom in that situation. Next, we have the Justice Society of America. Dollar General Justice League. Step to the table. This would be a fun battle, mid to high diff. However, obviously, they don't pack the same punch as the likes of the regular Justice League or Standard. I see Doom taking this mid to high difficulty. It would be a lot of fun to see, but this team in particular, I don't think, has enough to take down Doom. Next, we have Superboy Prime. I actually have this as a potential loss. Dr. Doom, despite his power and brilliance, it's a terrible matchup for him. This is Superboy Prime with the retcon punch. He's fought off the Darkest Night. He's done a whole bunch of crazy shit. He's got plenty of things to bring to the table to suggest that, in especially a random encounter, he's going to walk through a lot of the shit Doom brings to the table and just maul him. I actually see Superboy Prime taking him down. Next, we have the Lords of Order. Now, this was, of course, one of the dope battles with the original Lord of Order Chaos going against Black Adam. We even saw at one point Black Adam got access to other like League members' weapons and stuff and tech to battle the Lord of Order and Chaos. This is a weird one. It's a tricky one. I'm not quite sure how Doom goes about sealing or beating the Lord of Order. Definitely think he could contend with him, especially using mysticism and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure in a random encounter what his win con is with the Lord of Order. Probably loses. However, if he gets prepped, like when Black Adam got the spin with the different weapons, Doom takes it there. He definitely is going to win the prep battle. I have faith in that for sure. Next is the Paling. Now, the Palings from the New 52 arc, the anti-emotion beings, kind of started from X-Guardians. This is a weird group, but I think it's a bad matchup for them. You see, this is a group that thrives on taking away all emotion, taking away your willpower. They especially prey on the likes of Green Lanterns. This is the opposite for Doom. Like, Sinestro overpowered it with being that guy. Essentially, he's like, you don't come into my mind and soul and try to make me scared of myself and my own power. All that just doesn't work. Doom would do that, but much worse. That's not the guy that you challenge to a battle of wills. I'm sorry. They get wiped. Next, we have the Endless Winter. Now, this would be kind of amazing to see, as the Endless Winter was kind of taking out League members and overwhelming the Justice League's defenses. And then it cuts to Black Adam beating the shit out of the Endless Winter and telling literally like the League, hey, you guys aren't good enough, you're not strong enough, I got it done. I don't know if Doom gets it done quite like this. I think he does take it mid to high diff. However, if he were to be attacked on Latveria, on his own soil, access to all his Doom bots and all that, oh, get fucking cooked. Matter of fact, that's kind of how it took place with it taking place first in Black Adam's country. So yeah, actually, Doom would cook them, probably mid-diff. Next, we have Martian Manhunter. Now, Manhunter is a weird one. He's a character who has physical stats somewhat relative to the likes of Superman beings, at least until he gets into his Story of Hope bullshit. And he has mind hacks, he can phase, body manipulation. He brings a lot of weird shit to the table. I think Manhunter can take down Doom. I do think he's completely capable of it, which makes this high difficulty. However, Manhunter would likely run into the shields first, try to use mind hacks, which he's likely not going to go all out in the first initial attempt of the mind hacks, and I don't see him getting through the first initial defenses for Dr. Doom. Doom would then proceed to put absolute pressure on Manhunter to make sure he doesn't get back into his mind or try something like that again. It's a hard battle to call. Probably high diff for Doom, but you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Next, we have Hawkman. Hawkman is a being that I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I have no fucking faith in Hawkman doing shit to Dr. Doom. I'll just put it out there right away. It's kind of crazy he even ran up on Black Adam in the first place. We know that this man, Hawkman, is literally afraid to get hit. Why? Because his durability is dog shit. Doom's gonna light him up. This man's getting violated for centuries by Vandal Savage. Doom would do him worse. I'm sorry. Next, we have Mongol. Now, this is not just Mongol. In New 52, he was amped by the Paling after he battled Sinestro and got cast out into deep space and was taken by the Paling. This is tough. Like, even Sinestro, or I should say Yellow Lantern amped Black Adam, couldn't really take down this Mongol. I see Doom losing in that random encounter. He'd put up a good fight, but just like Black Adam couldn't do it even with an amp, I don't see Doom doing it in that random encounter either. Next is Superman. Unfortunately for my boy, Dr. Doom, Superman's not going to put up with his bullshit. That Story of Hope will be a lot to handle for Doom. Superman, once he understands what Doom's capable of, he knows he's fighting someone of mystic elements, which of course Superman doesn't have the best reputation of dealing with. Superman is just probably going to blitz him. Do him like he did in modern times, Luthor. I see Superman taking it mid to high diff. Potential loss there, obviously. And then finally we have the Guardian of the Universe. This was the Paling amped Guardian. This is a weird one. We saw the big dog at the end was obviously stupid strong, stood against a Sinestro that had parallax, all that, cool. But we do know back in the day, said Guardian, or at least one of the Guardians, lost to Black Adam in the exchange. So, I would say with that in mind, Doom probably takes out this Guardian too, just like he did the other Paling. Probably mid to high diff, but yeah, I would favor Doom in this situation for similar circumstances to the first time. Next, we are moving on to Black Adam taking on Dr. Doom battles. His 15. Now, who is first for Black Adam? First, we're going to throw the Void at him. Who is the Void? Obviously, this is the dark side of Sentry, the devil within him. That one comes out. No one in Marvel really wants to deal with that shit. I'm just being honest. It's a threat to creation. Now, if it ran into Black Adam, I actually think Black Adam would beat the Void. I really do. With his power of the old gods that we've seen, literally capable of blasting back beings powered by the great darkness, standing against the darkness of the Void would be something Black Adam is confident in doing. I see him taking down the Void mid to high difficulty. Next, we have Kulon Goth. Now, Kulon Goth is an interesting one. He has magic and potential through sorcery and what he's done to scare and horrify the likes of even Doctor Strange, who will go and seek help to deal with him. However, the mentality of Strange and Black Adam are a lot different, you know? Adam's gonna run down on you, punch you in your shit, blast you, all that. Given Conan's had success due to his high durability, his own particular toughness and resolve, obviously his skill warrior spirit. He's been a problem for Kulon. I think Black Adam would do the same. Take him down mid to high diff. Next, we have Kang the Conqueror. This time-skipping time bandit, this brilliant scientist from the future, obviously made a big splash in the MCU lately. He's an interesting one with Black Adam. Obviously, a lot of his shit has to do with jumping through time, making plays with manipulating the continuum, all that. He is quite the formidable threat, but once Black Adam gets a chance to get his paws on Kang, I'm sorry, I think Kang's cooked. I think Black Adam would beat his ass at that point, and I would favor this battle probably mid-diff to Black Adam. Next, we have Infinity Gauntlet Black Panther. Now, this is the Panther famously from the God Emperor Doom storyline, in which he went toe-to-toe with God Emperor Doom and even briefly hurt him for a second. Now, do I think Black Panther with this gauntlet could take down Black Adam? I actually do. I think this is a potential loss. I think even hurting the likes of God Emperor Doom makes you worthy of hurting the likes of Black Adam. I definitely think this would be a real problem, especially if we go with consistent Black Adam scaling and a random encounter. The Gauntlet Panther probably takes him, although it won't be easy. Next, we have the Mad Celestials. This story is iconic for Doom, given he asked how much time he had to buy, walked down several Mad Celestials, and held them off by himself for a long time. Now, if Black Adam is in this instance, I actually see his power being enough to hold off, if not take down, the Mad Celestials. While yes, obviously they get a lot stronger in later retcons of Marvel, that is exactly what it is. Celestials got retcons later. I see Black Adam having success here mid to high difficulty, eventually doing enough to take down the Celestials that jumped Doom. Next, we have Magneto. This is a hard one. Just kidding. Magneto gets beat the fuck up. I'm sorry. Black Adam absolutely runs through Magneto, takes that helmet off and beats the shit out of him with it. There's not much Magneto can do to stop an ass whooping from Black Adam. That's not going to go well. I promise you that. Black Adam probably low diffs him. Next, we have Thanos. Now, Thanos is a being that Dr. Doom has gotten into it, but perhaps most famously when he was God Emperor Doom, asked Thanos if he had the gauntlet, and then Thanos said, no, I don't need it for you, and he just ripped his spine out. That was funny as shit. Would Black Adam do him like that? No. But it's an interesting battle. I think Black Adam takes it high diff, mid to high diff. Thanos poses a big threat with his hacks and physical stats alone, but I do see Black Adam having the raw power to eventually put him down. He's just been on a different level lately in comics. Next, we have Namor. Now, Namor is someone who, you know, doesn't like to beef with Dr. Doom. Doesn't particularly do that masterful against Doom. And I don't see him doing well against Black Adam either. Black Adam pretty much has him in every stat. And if they were to clash and have a brawl, he's got Namor's number. There's not much he can do. I see Black Adam taking down the likes of Namor pretty easily, probably mid-death. Next, we have Silver Surfer. Now, while you guys are used to me shitting on Silver Surfer, you need to kind of realize something. I have mentioned, and I might just make a straight-up video on it, explaining it thoroughly. Surfer shows up when it's a big dog. If it's a big dog, Surfer will show up. If it's someone that shouldn't beat him, he's going to get his ass beat. That's typically the rules of Surfer. He'll show up for the Black Adam fight. I have faith for that. Will he win? No. But he'll make it mid to high diff. And we're proud of the jobber for that. Shout out to Silver Surfer. Next, we have Thor. Thor is a character that I think does a little bit better than Surfer, even in modern times, due to his courage, his unbreaking will, his resolve, his power. He would absolutely go toe-to-toe with Black Adam. Loses mid to high diff, more likely on the high-end side. Thor just isn't strong enough to put down Black Adam. I do think Black Adam's a little stronger than Thor, especially in a random encounter. Next, we have Mephisto. Someone call 1-800 who gives a fuck about Mephisto. No one is scared of him. I'm sorry, he might be getting amped recently. He might have some stories here and there that have some crazy reality warping and whatnot. But it's nothing Black Adam hasn't seen before. Mephisto does not have a chin. Once haymakers and uppercuts are thrown, Mephisto's going down. I definitely think Black Adam has the resolve and power to pull up on Mephisto and bully the fuck out of him, just like Dr. Doom did. Probably beats him mid to high diff though. Just because there are some instances where Mephisto, with his warping and manipulation, potentially could be a problem. Next, we have the Marquis of Death. I have this as a potential loss. The Marquis of Death is a very weird one. He was a character that could basically take on his whole world or realm full of superheroes and insane reality warpers or superheroes. He comes from a realm where like they basically weren't real. Ends up taking Dr. Doom as his apprentice. Doom kills him in the end regardless, but that was through the brilliance and all the accumulated knowledge of Doom. Not quite sure how Black Adam would handle him here. Sure, he could give him a good fight and raw power. I do think Black Adam packs quite the punch, as obvious by the feats I mentioned from Dark Crisis, but Marquis of Death probably eventually does get the better of him and take him down. I think he'd be at more of a disadvantage than Doom was for obvious narrative reasons. Next, we have God of Stories, Loki. Here is another potential loss. God of Stories, Loki, it's a weird one because God of Stories, Loki obviously has his narrative manip, right? And I don't really see Black Adam having an answer to that. He's never really showcased that, demonstrated that. God of Stories, Loki could just leave the story, go change Black Adam's story, change him to have different gods, stuff like that. He could do a lot of crazy shit. I actually see God of Stories Loki taking down Black Adam. He's not going to approach it how Doom did, which was prep and create a place where no narrative could exist, which is fucking nuts. Doom is the man. Next, we have Galactus. I see Galactus being a weird matchup. Obviously, we know he's quite capable being a cosmic being that he is. However, he jobs quite frequently. Thor's not afraid of him, has pulled up on him. Odin as well. I do not see Black Adam being an exception. I actually think, especially given it's most likely going to be an avatar or one of the manifestations of Galactus, not true Galactus, Galactus would probably lose mid to high difficulty to an all-out Black Adam. Finally, for the group, we have the Beyonders, and I see this as a potential loss. This power source, it goes beyond the Celestial War. It's strong enough to take down the Celestials of modern times who retconned even narratives. It's crazy how high the scaling goes, especially check out Defenders Beyond if you want to see more. I see the Beyonders taking down Black Adam because Black Adam likely won't approach it how Doom did, which was to prep and steal their power and shit. That's not how Black Adam gets down, and I think he'd pay for that. I see the Beyonders beating Black Adam. Now, overall, who do I think did better? While this was a super fun battle swap, I feel like Black Adam had a little more success or a little more ease with the overall grand scheme of the battle swap than Dr. Doom was. There was a little more struggles and outright beatings for Doom to take. In some instances, I can see where you can debate this, but I probably would say Black Adam did a little better in this instance. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. This was another role reversal or battle swap video. I had a blast making this. Obviously, you guys love the series, so I have no problem making it. Let me know who needs to be swapped next, which battle needs to become. And let me know if you want to see a narrative swap series. That's where we actually swap them out and place them in the story. For example, if Goku was to switch with Superman, he would land on DC Earth and go through the different storylines Superman's had to go through and vice versa. It'd be really interesting to see with the different characters. It would be different than the battle swaps because it is a narrative swap as well as a story / actual role swap. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that idea. As always, love you guys for showing so much support, and I will see y'all later. Peace.
I appreciate all the fans I had. Hate me or love me. You watched. That's all you could do. Thank you.